Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It is Friday, July 14th, and I have a very specific reason for coming on today. Hi, Michelle. I got a fantastic message from my friend Michelle. We're talking about work, and I said I was really digging in on being real in my marketing. And I got this fantastic message, which is when you say digging in on being real, I cannot imagine you not being real. Talk to me about that. So we had a conversation, and I wanted to come on here and talk about it because one of the things that I want to be clear about is the myth of the extrovert and introvert thing. Extroverts are automatically more confident. Not necessarily. Introverts are not as good speakers. No, not true. So the deal is this. As you know from watching any of my other videos, most people are good at public speaking. They just haven't had a chance to express it yet. To be bad at public speaking, you have to be so arrogant about your own content and so concerned only about your own voice and your own work and not about the audience. That's what makes a bad public speaker. Everything else is just inexperienced and untrained or unpracticed. That's something that can be worked on. So when it comes to me, was I the kid that, what I was the kid. My mom had me in a cart, walked down the aisle of the supermarket, came back, and I had 5 cents in my hand, 5 pennies, because I was sitting there and I was bored. So I went, "Hey, lady, got penny?" And I made 5 cents before my mom came back, and she was mortified. So yeah, I've been an extrovert my entire life. I put up a video the other day that I stumbled across of me 7 years ago when the Harlem group, the joke group came to Auburn. They said, "Hey, are you willing to? We want to pull some people in from the audience. Is that okay?" And I'm thinking, sure. And then they said, "Oh, well, we're going to put on dance music," and I'm like, all right. So the video is pretty entertaining and it embarrassed the hell out of my teenager, which is bonus. But I wanted to come on because I want to talk to you about the expectations you have for yourself. You might, like me, think, well, generally, I mean, I have moments. I have my moments of high and moments of low. I work, I've dealt with depression. I'm currently, yeah, I deal with it. I take things for it, like lots of people, so I have this stuff, but generally I've always been a pretty theatrical person. So why would I suddenly discover whole new areas in which I was hiding? Well, that's because my business has shifted to a whole new area. I was a freelancer for 22, 3, 4, 5 years. Until a year and a half ago, I wasn't my own boss of my own business, directly taking my own clients. I was a boss of my business that went through vendors. And as soon as I started taking direct clients and people started seeing my work as me, all of a sudden this stuff came out and stuff started coming up for me that I never knew about. Insecurities. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have emotions only dogs can hear. That is a direct quote from my husband, and it is not inaccurate. It is true. But I never expected that I would be nervous sharing a lot of myself. But the work that I do requires that I'm completely upfront with people because that's what I ask of them in our work together. So I loved that Michelle asked me this. I kind of loved the conversation it inspired, and things are transforming. I'm going to be asking people to, sign on and do some work with me because I have some ventures that I want to tackle, and I'm going to be putting out an offer and saying, "Hey, one time only, sign up now," kind of stuff, which it never occurred to me to do until I started doing this work. And then I've gotten this advice of how to be able to say upfront to people, here's what's going on. I want to be able to move forward in the world. I want to be able to learn these new skills, help serve people better. I want to be able to go to these things. So let me get a couple new clients in the door and I'll have some extra money. I can go tackle these new ventures. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm working on today, and I'll be announcing something on Monday, and it'll be a one day only thing. And all of that comes from being in new positions. So if you've been moved into a new place in your life, in your work, and things come up for you and it surprises you, please understand that's probably because you just never had that stuff happening before. And it was always stuck back there and it never came out because you weren't in the situation. I wasn't in the situation of walking out to the world and saying, hi, I offer X, give me money for it. I always went through vendors. So now I'm doing this and it's a transformational thing and it brings up all sorts of stuff. But am I still a theatrical goofball? Well, you decide. Give me your comments. Let me know what your stuff is. What's your head trash? What do you need to get rid of today? And I'll be working on this thing and I will see you all Monday. It's going to be interesting. Bye.